3 balls, 2 strikes. The outfield, a shade towards the left. Three-two pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. And Grace applause as McRae drives in the run. It's 3-1.
Quite an at-bat for Brian McRae as he battled and battled and battled, and now a trip to the mound. Dan Warthen coming out to have a talk with Fernando, and McRae, who had fouled off 6 pitches, takes one down in the dirt and drives in his 23rd run of the year. And there's a reaction of Mark Grace for his good buddy Brian McRae. That was quite a battle.
Well, if you're on the disabled list and can't play, the least you can do is applaud out of the dugout. And Mark Grace is always in the game, one way or another. There's Bruce Bhakti, the manager. He probably got out to the mound, and Valenzuela said to him, hey, ain't my fault. They can't catch the ball, that they bloop one here or there. Nobody's hit the ball hard off of me. And Bhakti says, hey, come to think of it, you're right. Turn around, walk back to the dugout. 1 out, bases loaded. A little bit inside. Hey, I've seen the papers, and so many of the players are coming out in the defense of Marge Schott. There's Willie Blair in the bullpen. Landell, high pop foul near the stands and out of play.
Let's watch the guard on the field, not really knowing where to go. And you can see him trying to get away from Ken Caminiti and protect himself. But he's wearing a hard hat, so he was in no danger.
Doug Landell with the bases loaded, 3-1 in favor of the Cubs. Going for the 5th straight series victory. Inside, 2 balls and the strike. This Landell, the more you see him, the more he impresses you, both with the bat. You expect him to be outstanding in the outfield. Jimmy Pearsall has been talking about him for a couple of years. Swung and he missed, and the count's evened up. 2-2. And if anybody knows what a young outfielder will do in the big leagues, Jimmy Pearsall is the guy. 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. And Fernando has had a very tough inning. And the Cubs are just getting around to the power guys that are batting order. Sandberg will be next, followed by Sosa. 3 balls, 2 strikes. High foul ball into the stands, out of play. I'll bet you, if we kept track of this inning, I bet more pitches have been fouled off in this one inning than usually are in a whole ball game.
Well, Harry, that's really the difference of Valenzuela now and the Valenzuela in his heyday. He would get you to miss pitches before. Now, making good pitches, you're able to foul them off, stay alive, and eventually work the count to 3-2. And as McRae did, he drew the base on balls.
3 balls, 2 strikes. A high fly ball will drive in a run. Finley getting under it. Catches it. After the catch, the runner, Hernandez, crosses the plate. And it's 4-1.
second RBI of the year for Glanville. Not much Finley can do with it. The Cubs have a 3-run lead.
4-1 in favor of the Cubs. There's the 9th man to bat in the inning. So they batted around. Strike call. Frank Pulley calling off the strikes and balls. And watch the way he shoots a right cross when it's a strike. 0-1 the count. That evens it up 1-1. Not nowhere near as big a crowd as we had yesterday, which was the biggest of the year. Almost 40,000 paid. Standing room only. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bouncing ball. Back to Fernando to end the inning. What a big inning it was. 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, and 2 left. At the end of 2, the Cubs are out in front 4-1.
Is Kirk's dream girl finally within reach?
On the food chain, she is a filet, your pets.
Kirk!
Tonight at 7:30 on WGN.
Every day, America Online is making it easier for people to live, work, and play.
Hey, Dan, ready for the game?
I can't go to the game today.
What?
I got to send my mom a birthday gift, then book plane tickets for our trip next week, and my kids got to go to the library to look up dinosaurs.
Hey, we can take care of that right now with America Online.
We can?
Yeah, we can send your mom flowers, order those plane tickets. We can even look up dinosaurs in Compton's Encyclopedia.
With America Online, you get instant news and sports, financial updates, online magazines, and easy access to the internet. Call now for your free America Online startup kit and 15 free online hours.
Flowers are sent, plane tickets are booked. Here come the dinosaurs.
That's great.
Downloading's easy. I can even send an email on the internet. And we'll check it all out later, after the game.
So how do you get America Online?
Well, that's easy too. You just call their 800 number.
Call 1-800-216-8600 now for your free America Online Startup Kit with free software and 15 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online, so call now, 1-800-216-8600.
If a Cub player hits a homer today, write the distance, date, and your name. Send it to WGN. You can win tickets to any Southwest Airlines destination.
You've got your Cubs tickets for the season, but did you know you can purchase parking as well? Prepaid parking for Cubs games is available for every game this season. To purchase preferred parking, call 312-831-CUBS.
Entertain clients or friends in the finest seats at Wrigley Field. Rent a Cubs mezzanine suite. Suites are available for all home games and can accommodate from 12 to 40 people. For more information, call 312-404-CUBS.
I'm Brian McRae. I'd like to wish my father, Hal, happy Father's Day. And also, I'd like to wish my wife's father, Tom Fleming, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
And all the fathers out there have a great happy Father's Day, and hopefully the Cubs will get a win.
Go Cubs!
We go in the top of the 3rd. Various players are in between innings wishing their families, their fathers, a happy Father's Day. And here's Fernando, the very good hitter for a pitcher. Castillo throws a long outside. He's 4 out of 23. He's been used as a pinch hitter with the Dodgers and with others. Had a good cut. Well, my good friend Judge Bill O'Malley wants to send good wishes and a quick recovery to Richard Bream, or Brem, B-R-E-M, who's recuperating from a broken arm in DeKalb, Texas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on, pop foul, coming back, service, makes the cut.
Cub fans, stop by any Chicagoland Dominick's, make a purchase, and get an officially licensed Cub jacket made by First Pick Sports, a division of Starter. That's for only $39.99, or choose a Cubs cap for only $7.99. Quantities are limited, so visit your local Dominick's today.
Guy McPherson and Mika McPherson are the honorary Bat Boy and Bat Girl of Montgomery Wards today. One strike and nothing, one out, nobody on. There's the pitch, gets away low. Hey, where's Brendan? There's the parents with a little baby. By the way, congratulations are in order to Robert and Ida Schweitzer, who is celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary today. He's a ho-ho cam guy in Mesa. As a matter of fact, both he and his wife worked for the whole cams in the press room during spring training at Ho-Ho Cam Park.
While the Padres are going just 2-8 in their last 10, the Dodgers were going 6-4, and they've closed to within one game of first place.
There's a pitch a little bit low and away. Ball 3. Frank Castillo with a lead, 4-1. Ball 4, he walked him. That's a 4th base on ball. Did I have the Aflac trivia question on Father's Day? How many active players played for a World Series champion as did their fathers? Well, let me think now. I'd say 3. There's a strike call.
I was going to say 3, so I'll say 2.
I was going to say 2.
Well, you take 2, I'll take 3.
All right. 0-1 the count, 1 out, 1 on, 4-1 lead. Crowd quiet. The Dodgers are here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. There's a looper fouled outside third base. Terry Shumpert playing third base.
Frank could use a ground ball. Finley's grounded into 12 double plays this year, despite having pretty good speed. So the infield at double play depth, looking for 2 if Frank can throw the ground ball.
0-2 the count. Bouncing ball. And Gomez steps on the bag for out number 2 as Henderson advances. So Finley grounds to Gomez unassisted. There's Tony Gwynn. He walked his first time up.
Well, Frank won't have a shutout today. He can still throw a no-hitter. Because despite the 4 walks, he has yet to give up a base hit. That's in jeopardy right here with Tony Gwynn, winner of 6 National League batting titles.
The Cardinals got 3 on the Mets in the second and lead 3-1 in the third. The Dodgers out in front of Atlanta 3-1 at the end of 7. Henderson a long lead at first. A bit inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Texas murdering the Red Sox 7-3 in the bottom of the sixth. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball 2, 2-1. It seems to me that Castillo's fallen back in that procedure he applied last year, working very slowly. Then this year they sped him up a little bit. Now it looks like he's kind of working very slow. 2 balls and a strike. Ground ball sharply hit, up with it. And Sandberg over to first to retire this side. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. 4-1 Cubs.
If you're sick or injured, Major Medical doesn't cover lots of things that touch your family. What they do, what they need, how they get from place to place. Aflac can help. Use Aflac benefits to fill the gaps other insurance doesn't cover. You decide exactly how to use it best. Then, concentrate on what's really important. Just get better.
The Andy Griffith Show, on deck weekday mornings at 6:30 on WGN Channel 9.
Games. The beer run. The Bud World Party continues. Round the clock, around the world.
Hi, I'm Ryan Sambert for Chrysler Plymouth with another astounding Cubs coincidence. August 3rd, a Cub hits a powerful shot to the gap. That same day in Chicagoland, a woman drives a powerful Chrysler Sebring to a clothing store with a similar name. Chance? Not a chance.
This amazing alignment of baseball stars and terrific cars was brought to you by the Stars of Cubbyland, your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Bringing Chicago to your computer. WGN TV on the web. www.wgntv.com.
Harry Carey back at Wrigley Field. Jamie Navarro and his little girl are among those wishing everybody watching. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cleveland losing in New York, 3-0 Yankees in the 4th. 2 balls and a strike. The fathers, they do all the hard work is right. Carry the little girl around. Ground ball is short. Sammy Sosa hustling. He's out. Sosa grounds out. 1 away. I tell you this, Valenzuela, he's only given up 3 hits and all but 1. But I think all 3 of them weren't hit hard. Good strike called on Gomez. He started the 4-run second with a base hit to right. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a high pop foul. Who's going to get it? Hey, he caught a nice diving catch by Jason Thompson. The ball wasn't hit very high, but he made a good play on it.
Well, Fernando just There's a cheerleader. He probably could have made this play, but he saw Thompson streaking to try to get it, and Thompson able to make the catch.
2 out. That youngster we saw a moment ago, he had the face of Michael Jordan. Covering up the right side of his own face. There's a ground ball. That be caught by Caminiti over the first. 1, 2, 3. Wayne Larrabee will be coming along in a moment. Harry Carey at Wrigley Field, where at the end of 3, the Cubs lead 4-1.
Houston, how many miles are we flying?
900,000. Copy?
Roger that. Can we credit that toward our frequent flyer program?
Stand by, Red Hawk. We'll get back to you.
With Southwest Airlines frequent flyer program Rapid Rewards, you don't have to fly to the moon and back to earn a free ticket. Just 8 quick round trips and your next one's free.
A couple more of these flights and I can go someplace really cool.
Rapid Rewards from Southwest, the fastest way to fly free.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was hosting my first big business dinner, and I paid with my Visa card. Turns out I was over my limit. I was so embarrassed, I didn't know what to do. So I got the American Express card, and it never happened again.
Call 1-800-THE-CARD. We can take your application right over the phone.
Applying for the card was one of the easiest things I've ever done, and smartest. And anyone who's ever gone anywhere knows it. I have a place to cash checks, get my mail, and get help when I need it.
My dad said the minute you get a job, get an American Express card. He said, trust me on this one. I've gone everywhere with it. And here's a tip. Sign up for membership rewards, and everything you charge on the card will earn you program points, so you can keep on traveling.
So call now for the American Express card. You can apply right over the phone.
It's really worth it.
It helped not having a preset limit.
I got cash on the go.
I can call 24 hours a day. That helps.
Go anywhere, and it's with you all the way.
Don't delay. Just dial 1-800-THE-CARD.
Is Kirk's dream girl finally within reach?
On the food chain, she is a filet, your pets.
Kirk!
Tonight at 7:30 on WGN. So you think just anybody could be one of Charlie's Angels?
I just hope I can measure up.
Think again. Charlie's Angels. Weekday mornings at 10 on WGN.
Ken Caminiti leading it off here in the top of the 4th inning with the Cubs on top, and he takes a curveball on the outside corner for a strike. Hi, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Wayne Larrabee with Steve Stone and Harry Carey and our producer-director, Arnie Harris. And really outside of 1 inning for Fernando and 1 inning for Frank Castillo, where he lost his control in that top of the 1st inning, it's been a well-pitched game.
Well, Frank Castillo has yet to give up a hit. Fernando has yet to give up a hard hit ball, but the Cubs have the lead, something Frank hasn't had a lot this year.
Absolutely. He's playing on the lead, leading 4-1 in this ball game. One ball and 2 strikes the count on Caminiti. And it's 2-2.
A couple of rare Caminiti errors coming on consecutive ground balls help the Cubs to their big inning.
And here's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and he fouls it, chops it toward the dugout on the first base side. Fathers and sons here today at the ballpark. As I mentioned earlier, no ballpark embraces that relationship better than this one. Wrigley Field in Chicago. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here at the top of the 4th. And a wave and a miss by Caminiti. He's down on strikes. Strikeout number 2 for Castillo.
Good straight change by Frank Castillo. He's got Caminiti well out ahead of this one. And Frank gets it low and away exactly where he wants it. And now he seems to be getting the feeling on that straight change. And that is his best pitch.
1 out, nobody on for Jason Thompson. First pitch to him, ground ball to the first baseman Leo Gomez. Steps on the bag unassisted. 2 men down. Frank has settled down. In that first inning, he walked 3 out of the first 4 hitters to face him. and gave up a run in that first inning. Here's the Aflac question. How many active players played for a World Series champion, as did their dads? 3. Who had 3? Was it you or Harry? You guys are jumping back and forth.
Yeah, we were in the neighborhood.
2 and 3. Ground ball left side. That's through for a base hit. Jody Reed is aboard of the first hit of the game for the Padres. Well, the perfect game was gone at the top of the first with the first hitter of the game, Ricky Henderson. Now the no-hitter here in the 4th.
And this one just hit in a perfect spot. Just by Shumpert, just under the glove of Hernandez, and you couldn't have rolled it out there any better.
Here's Tracy, Frank's wife, Frank Castillo's wife. So I guess the nail-biting time is over. Swing and a miss by Lopez in anticipation of a no-hitter, but not today. Frank trying to get himself squared around, Steve, and he's pitching on, as you mentioned, 3 days rest. He only threw 62 pitches in that game Wednesday at Philadelphia, and I would imagine then you can still come back strong.
Well, I don't think there's any ill effects as far as Frank Castillo is concerned about being arm weary at this point.
Change misses outside, and it's 1-1. So they move back Mike Campbell. He'll start tomorrow night's game against the Dodgers. Lopez, the hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a runner on first, Jody Reed. And here's a fly ball. Pretty well hit right field, but Sosa, with room, makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, a base hit, no errors. And the Padres strand a man. Middle of the 4th here in Chicago, and the Cubs lead 4-1.
Question: why do so many people complete their degrees at DeVry? Choices, and more choices. From computers and electronics to business and accounting, DeVry's variety of bachelor's degree programs fit today's opportunities. Evening and weekend classes. DeVry's convenient course schedule fits your schedule. Current and practical. DeVry's courses focus on real-world applications. Complete your degree at DeVry. Find out more about DeVry's Center for Continuing Education. Call 1-800-247-7800.
The Maglite flashlight, the world's finest, crafted from solid aircraft aluminum, sealed at each end with high-grade rubber O-rings, with an exclusive patented self-cleaning switch and a patented adjustable beam. The Maglite flashlight, American-made, to be brighter, tougher, more dependable. The Maglite is a work of art that works. A Maglite flashlight is the brilliant gift idea for any occasion.
Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It has better wet traction than any rain tire, plus Michelin control in any driving condition. Because you don't just cover a lot of miles, you cover a lot of weather.
Finding oneself alone in this world can be terrifying.
Poor thing, you must have fallen out. I knew I must return him to his family to ensure he's consumed at optimum freshness. I don't see him, do you? Excuse me, he's lost. Lost beer coming through. You see him? We'll find him any minute. I can feel it. Excuse me. Don't give up.
Hey, who's missing a bottle? We got a lost bottle here.
Budweiser. Brewery fresh taste. Strictly enforced.
Don't worry, little fella. We'll find him.
A lazy, hazy, sunshiny day in Chicago. Beautiful summer afternoon. 4-1 Cubs on top. Bottom of the 4th inning. Terry Shumpert, Jose Hernandez, and Frank Castillo scheduled to face Fernando Valenzuela. Steve, do you see Fernando throwing that trademark screwball as much anymore?
He's throwing it, Wayne. It just doesn't have quite as much on it as it used to, and now guys are fouling it off where they used to miss it. He was a pretty big strikeout pitcher in his heyday with the Dodgers. Now he just has to change speeds. Doesn't have near the same stuff, but he certainly has been around long enough to understand how to get out major league hitters. And that ERA in the mid-3s. So he's done a fairly good job this year coming back for San Diego.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Shumpert. Trying to check his swing. Did he go around? They appeal to Bob Davidson at first. No swing. It's 1-1. Well, I mean, the Dodgers, the Orioles, all felt that Fernando was somewhat over the hill and ripe to be released. He went back to Mexico for a brief time and pitched down there, and now is back in the major leagues with the Padres. 1-1 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, Fernando had 3 years in a row, starting in 1984 when he struck out 240, 208, and 242 men. And the 242 in 1986 was his best year at 21-11. He led the National League in wins with 20 complete games, also led the National League. So that year for Fernando, far and away his best year, 1986, and what a year it was for him. He had 3 shutouts, and he was quite a pitcher in those days.
Think about that. 20 complete games in a season. I mean, there are guys who will go a career with barely 20 complete games in this day and age of baseball specialization.
Well, coming into this year, he had 112 complete games in the major leagues, and there's a lot of guys who would just like to be in 112 games, let alone completing them.
That's right. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pulled foul on the third base side.
Bob and Bonnie Tarsitano watching the game, big Cub fans in Pinella County, Florida.
Pinella County named after Uncle Lou Pinella?
Oh, I'm certain of that.
Yeah.
Maybe Lou was named after the county.
That could be too. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shumpert again, and the pitch down low and inside, and it's 3-2. Yeah, how about that? Got that Bulls shirt ready to go. Maybe that was the thing. Maybe they should have worn the black shirts for one of those games out in Seattle. Payoff pitch is hit high and deep to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It's gone. Terry Shumpert, who hit the game-winning home run in the bottom of the 14th inning on Thursday night, hits another here today, and the Cubs lead it 5-1.
Second home run of the year, 5th run driven in, and the Cubs have a 4-run lead for Frank Castillo, who's been sailing right along after some control problems in the first inning.
So Shumpert on a 3-2 pitch, and there it is. That little youngster got the ball in left field, probably courtesy of the hands of his dad.
9th home run given up by Fernando Valenzuela, and Terry Shumpert has given this club a lift since coming up from Iowa.
Boy, I guess. The 0-1 pitch, and that misses low and away. It's 1 ball to 1 strike. Terry Shumpert saying hi, Dad, in the dugout to the camera. Hernandez with a chopper to Caminiti, and there's 1 away.
Wayne, if you remember, a couple of pitches in the Shumpert at bat really tells the difference of Fernando in his heyday with the Dodgers and the Fernando now, because he threw a couple of screwballs that Shumpert was able to foul off to stay alive, and then work the count to where he got a good pitch, hit it out of the ballpark. In years past, they would have either been strikeouts or groundouts. Now guys foul it back. I mean, look at the McRae at bat, 6 foul balls at 3-2.
Frank Castillo, the hitter, takes ball 1 down low. The other question I had for you, Steve, is there was a feeling that screwball pitchers wore out their arms quicker than regular pitchers. Here's a ground ball to second, and the play is made by Jody Reed. Frank Castillo retired, 2 men down. Take a look at the home run again by Shumpert.
And this one down, and for Southwest Airlines, how far did it fly? 363 happy feet. Wayne, if you deliver the screwball right, that means rotate the shoulder over, you have no elbow problems. It's the guys that depend on their elbow to make the ball turn that come up with the elbow problems. That shortens the career. But the guys who do it mechanically well, like Juan Marichal, for instance, or Fernando, can have very long and very good careers, but you have to throw the pitch right.
Well, that's the point I was going to make. Fernando's been around forever, and he throws the screwball a good portion of the time.
And as was Mike Marshall and Juan Marichal. And they all were noted screwball pitchers. Carl Hubble, maybe the best of the screwball pitchers and a Hall of Famer. And they just had a great release on it.
1-1 pitch, pulled foul by Brian McRae. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He had a marvelous at bat against Fernando Valenzuela in the second inning, swatting away one pitch after another on a 3-2 count. Finally drew a walk with the bases loaded to bring home another run. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brian wearing the shades, and Again, into the glare, not so much the bright sunshine, but just the glare out. The outfield and around home plate today is what's troublesome sometimes. Pitch is chopped foul. Still 2-2.
John Schutz of Center Garage Chrysler Plymouth in Cedar Lake, Indiana on hand, as is Don Arnell of Miller Arnell Chrysler Plymouth in Highland, Indiana.
2 out, nobody on. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on McRae. The Cubs are leading 5-1, and McRae has worked the count full once again to 3-2. Fernando had a relatively quick inning from a pitch count standpoint in the third, but he threw a lot of pitches in that second inning, and he's piling them up here in the fourth. Knocked down by Caminiti and deflected away from Louis Lopez into shallow left field. Here's McRae trying to stretch, and he's in safely.
Well, you've got to know your home field, and Brian McRae knows that outfield grass is very high, and it's going to stop a ball. In this case, the ball dies in left field, and Brian, never hesitating, beats the play by an eyelash at second base, and he's in with a double off the glove of Ken Caminiti.
So the Cubs with a runner in scoring position, 2 men out for Doug Glanville. Glanville popped out to right in the first, did a sacrifice fly in the second, looks at strike 1 call to the outside corner here in the fourth.
Well, Fernando is due up second in the 5th inning, and you would expect that this will be the last inning that he'll pitch.
The 0-1 delivery, and it's bloop foul down the right field line, out of play. Glanville hitless in his last 2 games, 0 for 4 coming into today. Recorded his first major league hits, his first 2 major league hits, June 10th at Philadelphia. That's earlier this week. McRae at second. Glanville at the plate. Down to the count, 0-2 with 2 men down. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Padres here today have given up 3 unearned runs in this ball game. Matter of fact, they've given up pitches down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They've given up 17 unearned runs on 19 errors in the last 13 games. And this was a team that played very good defense in the first portion of the season. In the first 56 games, they only gave up 17 unearned runs. Pounding ball back toward the middle. Lopez, the shortstop, the throw, not in time, and knocked down and dropped by Jason Thompson. I would think it goes an infield base hit.
Well, that one bounced off the glove of Valenzuela, slowed it down for Lopez to come across. And you see the deflection there. I believe it's got to go as a base hit. It would have been very difficult for Lopez on the off-balance throw, and odds are he would have beaten it anyway. Oh, they're giving an error to Lopez, a very difficult error. It's the off-balance throw. The ball was redirected. This is a pretty tough call, and Glanville would have beaten the play even on a good throw.
So Glanville aboard. McRae over to third with 2 men down for Ryan Sandberg, and here comes Bruce Bochy to the mound.
And they're going to make a double switch. It looks like Archie Cianfrocco coming in along with a new pitcher.
We'll be back with more after these messages.
When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what should I be? Shall I be handsome? Shall I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera.
Just because your dreams have been crushed doesn't mean your boys have to be. 100% cotton, cut for comfort. Fruit of the Loom. Really, really comfortable underwear.
This year, WGN-TV honored 25 outstanding high school students with the Extra Effort Award. Whether they're feeding the homeless, caring for the sick, or instructing the young, these outstanding high school students are making a positive impact on the people in their communities. Congratulations to all of this year's winners. Look for the Extra Effort Award to return this fall. The Extra Effort Award was brought to you by Walgreens and WGN-TV, for kids' sake.
That's Joe Muschel, who is the official scorer here at Wrigley Field. He has changed the error assessed to the shortstop Lopez and made it a base hit for Doug Glanville, and that certainly was the right call. And Joe is a veteran sports writer, Associated Press for many years, and is not only one of the great writers in this town, but is one of the really good people. And he took another look at the replay and decided that he would change his call.
And Archie Cianfrocco now is coming to play shortstop. He'll hit in the 9th spot. Willie Blair, as you look at the season totals on Blair, will hit in the spot vacated by Louis Lopez. So Blair comes into this one 0-4. And he lost the first game of this series, that extra inning affair, and he inherits runners at the corners. And Ryan Sandberg staring out at him.
Sandberg flied out deep to center in the first. He grounded out back to the box in the second. So he's 0 for 2 today. 5-1 Cubs, 2 out, runners at the corners, and a strike call. Willie Blair has bounced around a bit in his major league career. Leads this team with the 27 appearances. The 1-strike pitch coming up to Sandberg. Down low and away. Meanwhile, Glanville takes second. Stolen base.
Well, good speed on the bases for the Cubs, and Blair didn't pay any attention at all to Doug Glanville, so he decided to take off, and he steals his first base of the year.
Now Blair getting together with Ausmus. I don't know if they're going to go through a different type of battery of signs with a runner at second base.
Well, that's exactly what they're going to do, and not many smiles on the face of Bruce Bochy these days. He's seen a 5.5 game lead boil down to just one slim game, and if the Dodgers win today and this score holds up, the Dodgers will come in tied for first.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Sandberg. You know, Steve, that after not losing more than 2 in a row through May, the Padres have already suffered an 8-game skid they snapped here yesterday and a 3-game losing streak in this month of June as well. So they've won only 2 of their last 13 games, and that has really deflated spirits in San Diego after that great start this franchise got off to this year. Line drive toward the gap, right center field. Yep, this one's got it to the wall. 2-run score. McRae and Glanville. Sandberg into second. Stand-up double. And the Cubs increase their advantage to 7-1.
Reiner now is driven in 36 as he goes the opposite way. This is a hanging curveball right up in the eyes of Sandberg. He splits the gap in right center field. McRae and Glanville easily scoring. And the Cubs with a huge lead for Frank Castillo. Something that Frank certainly welcomes. And from the Southwest Airlines Plainview camera, take a look at a great swing. And there is the camera high atop Wrigley Field.
The hitter, Sammy Sosa, the National League leader in home runs with 22. Ryan Sandberg aboard at second base. Sandberg's had a much better June offensively for the Cubs than he did in April and May. And that's not unusual. His career pattern has been that way. Back through the middle, base hit Sosa. Here comes Sandberg to score. And the Cubs increase the advantage to 8-1.
Semi drives in run number 50. Takes it right back up the middle. Blair gets it out over the plate, right between his legs. And Sosa halfway to his goal of driving in 100.
So the Cubs, who have been averaging 3.4 runs per start for Frank Castillo, have put 8 runs on the board here this afternoon. And it brings up Leo Gomez, still 2 out and a runner on first. Leo a single in the second inning, and he scored. He fouled out to the first baseman Jason Thompson in the third. And of course that man could have used a couple of more runs yesterday. Matter of fact, 2 more would have made him a winner, but Jamie Navarro pitched exceptionally well again yesterday.
Well, Jamie has thrown better and better, and you would expect your #1 starter to have the kind of ball game that Jamie has had the last couple of times out. You can always depend on a lot of innings from him, and now they're consistently quality innings.
Fly ball to right center field. Tony Gwynn is there, and he makes the catch, retiring Leo Gomez and the Cubs. However, the Cubs come up with 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave a man. The end of 4. The Cubs in command of the Padres by the score of 8-1.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is brought to you by the Stars of Chicagoland, your local Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It gives you better wet traction than any rain tire, plus control in any driving condition. After all, it hasn't rained that much in years.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to stay cool. How do you do it? With new Speed Stick Gel, proven to keep you drier than any other gel. It's the best gel protection. New Speed Stick Gel, just for the guys.
This is my town.
There ain't nothing like this place in Texas.
Great rooms. This is the most famous strip of highway in the world. Beautiful, isn't it? This town is a fantasy.
Hi, you want to get married?
Actually, I was just here for a burger and fries. There's only one city like it. Las Vegas.
Hi, I'm Ryan Samber for Chrysler Plymouth with another astounding Cubs coincidence. July 24th, the Cubs get a steal. Hours later, a Chrysler Sebring convertible was purchased in Chicagoland, and the purchaser also got a steal. Chance? Not a chance.
This amazing alignment of baseball stars and terrific cars was brought to you by the Stars of Cubbyland, your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Brain joins the rat race. No. Pinky in the brain.
Tonight at 6 on WGN Channel 9.
Back at Wrigley Field on Father's Day. Wayne Larrivee, Steve Stone, Harry Carey, our producer-director Arnie Harris. Good to have you with us. Cubs are in command here, leading by the score of 8-1. And leading it off, Brad Ausmus, the slump-ridden catcher of the San Diego Padres. He takes a pitch down low from Frank Castillo for ball 1. Ausmus came in hitting 185. They just cannot get him on track.
Wayne, there was another piece of method to the madness of Jim Riggleman's bringing back Frank Castillo early. If you're going to turn around a pitcher in a slump, do it against a team where he's had success. And coming in, Frank was 6-3 with a 2.75 ERA against the Padres. So if he was going to throw a good ball game, it would be against this team. And that's one of the reasons why he came back early, and Mike Campbell was pushed back to the Dodgers.
And you know, with Frank, he has pitched well in stretches over the course of his last 6 starts, but not good enough to get the job done. Pitch is chopped on the ground toward third and fielded by Shumpert in foul territory, so the count fills to 3-2. In other words, he'd go along and he'd be really sailing for about 3 or 4 innings, and then boom, something would happen, and he'd be a changed pitcher and couldn't get anybody out.
Well, I think that he caught a tremendous break in that first inning because he was struggling with his control. He had gone to a 3-ball count on Jody Reed. And inexplicably, Tony Gwynn tried to steal third base and was thrown out, getting Frank out of the inning and allowing him to get back on his feet. And now he's got the big lead in this one.
And he walks Brad Ausmus on a 3-2 pitch. And that, for Frank, is his 5th walk of the ball game. Now, again, this is a guy that came in with just 17 walks in the first 72 2/3 innings he's pitched this season. So he's had good control for the most part. But the other factor is walks don't tell the whole story. We've said many times that it's not so much how many men you walk, it's the location of your pitches. And if you don't have command or control of that, you're going to get knocked around pretty good. Ausmus on at first. Archie Cianfrocco on for the first time at the plate. He came in a double switch when they brought on Willie Blair in the bottom of the 4th inning. Takes a pitch for ball 1.
Big Cub fan Nettie Winter looking on in Mesa, Arizona. And she'll get a look at the rebuilding process of Hohokam Park.
Well, that should be underway, isn't it?
They'll have a brand new ballpark. when the Cubs go to spring training next year on the same site. And now Fergie Jenkins comes out. He wants a word with Frank Castillo after the walk to Osmus and falling behind 2-0 on Cianfrocco. You got a big lead. If they knock you out, you want them to do it with the bats. And you want to get the ball over the plate. And I'm sure that's what Fergie is telling Frank Castillo right now. He's got the 7-run lead. The Padres way down. They only have 1 hit today. And you were talking about the problems, Wayne, of the Padres, pretty much coinciding with the loss of their fine first baseman, Wally Joyner. Because not only offensively, but defensively, that was a big blow to the Padres. And they really haven't recovered. They're still in a tailspin.
The 2-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Ken Caminiti has had abdominal muscle problems. I don't know how much that's affected the power in his swing. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. But he is having a somewhat quiet season offensively. From a home run standpoint, runner going, pitch is drilled deep to left field, and this one may leave the yard. It does. 2-run homer for Arky Cianfrocco. And now it's an 8-3 ball game in favor of the Cubs.
Well,
boy, that was quick.
The flip-flop batting order for Bruce Bochy pays dividends as Cianfrocco hits his first home run of the year. He's now driven in 20. A 2-1 fastball low and in, and that's the sweet spot for Cianfrocco. And he goes out of the ballpark. And the bullpen up and going, and it's Bully. Jim Bullinger in the pen.
Still nobody out. We are in the top half of the 5th inning, and Ricky Henderson has been on base twice. He has walked twice here in the ball game today. Takes the pitch inside. He's drawn a free pass in 14 of his last 15 games. The 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. You know, Frank is, well, you could say this about almost any pitcher, but you really say it a lot about Frank Castillo. He can't afford to work behind in the count very often, or it's going to catch up with him. And is that overridingly the problem you've seen with him in general this season, Steve?
That and the fact that he's had some problems turning off the opposition when they've started to get to him in any given inning.
Here's another towering shot to left. Glanville going back to the wall and makes the catch. Up against the ivy, Doug Glanville. You might see a lot of that in the years to come. Doug Glanville playing the outfield here at Wrigley Field.
Well, Doug goes back as far as he can go and able to haul this one in. This is a very important inning for Frank Castillo. Cubs still have a big lead, but Frank Castillo has got to get through this inning. Not only to give himself a win or to qualify for the win, but just to show him that he can get through a very tough spot. And now something in the eye of Scott Service as he calls timeout.
Trainer John Fierro over to have a look. Apparently it's, I wonder, does he wear contact lenses maybe, or?
I think he's just got a speck of dust or something else in his eye, and John Fierro will attend to it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Got some eye drops in there right now. Around Major League Baseball this afternoon, in addition to this ball game, Los Angeles leading Atlanta now 3-1 in the 9th, and again the Dodgers will be here tomorrow night. Should be a great night for a ball game. Florida 4-2 over Pittsburgh in the 8th. Cincinnati leading Montreal in the 5th. It's St. Louis 3, New York 2 in the 6th. Mike Morgan on the mound of that one. Colorado has a 2-0 lead over Philadelphia in the 3rd. Vinny Castilla's 10th home run of the season. Another happy Father's Day note.
It's on to our Cedeno, wanting to wish his dad a happy Father's Day.
All right, we're set to go. 1 out, nobody on. Steve Finley, the hitter, and Frank Castillo with the pitch in there for strike 1 call.
You saw Finley in your picture sneak a look down at Terry Shumpert to see where he was setting up. Padres need base runners, and Finley normally a pretty decent bunter.
No balls and 2 strikes to count out. Steve Finley. Finley lined out to left field in the 1st, a soft liner to left, and he grounded out to 1st in the 3rd inning. Bullinger continues to warm in the Cubs bullpen. Castillo trying to get through the fifth. He's given up 2 runs in this inning on 1 hit. A wave and a miss by Finley, and he's down on strikes, 2 men down.
Well, if Frank can just get out of this inning and go the 5, maybe a few more, it could be the best thing that'll happen to him this year. This becomes a huge inning for him. He's given up the 2 runs. There's nothing you can do about it, but he knows he needs 1 more out to qualify for the win, and he'd like to give Jim Riggleman at least 2 more innings.
Tony Gwynn looks at a pitch upstairs for ball 1.
Both teams missing very valuable first basemen, and look at the very close numbers on the part of Grace and Joyner. Very similar. You look at home runs, runs batted in, doubles, on base percentage. You can tell that both of these first basemen very much missed by their teams. Grace is going to be back a long time before Wally Joyner's coming back, however.
1 ball and 1 strike. Back up the middle, knocked down by Castillo, almost in self-defense. He throws out Gwynn, and this inning is over. 2 runs on the home run by Archie Cianfrocco. Nobody left, and as we go to the bottom of the 5th, it's 8-3 Cubs.
It's been 25 years of love from Southwest to you. Just listen to the sound of those 737s above. You're hearing 25 years of love, and it's been 25 years of love, the kind of love that's true. 25 years of love from Southwest to you.
Budweiser.
All right, well, gentlemen.
At Michelin, we believe a tire that's just good in the rain isn't good enough. Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year, unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It gives you better wet traction than any rain tire and Michelin confidence in any driving condition. It has to, because the way we see it, you don't just cover a lot of miles, you cover a lot of weather. The Michelin X1.
Peyton's about to betray her best friend again.
What are you going to tell Reese about tonight?
Reese who?
Savannah.
Tonight at 8 on WGN. The Andy Griffith Show. On deck weekday mornings at 6:30 on WGN Channel 9.
That gentleman in the middle of your screen right there with the sunglasses on, waving to the camera, that's Bill Weir of the WGN Morning News Team, and he provides the sports and entertainment and does a nice job. It's a great show. That's each morning, Monday through Friday on WGN. Scott Service leads it off here in the 5th, bottom of the 5th inning. Cubs on top by the score of 8-3, and Service takes ball 1.
Jim Bullinger continuing to throw in the bullpen, and you wonder if that's going to be it for Frank Castillo. He's only given up 2 hits.
1 ball and 1 strike. Let's pause for station identification.
This is America's #1 sports station, WGN TV, Chicago.
The 1-1 pitch. Got a piece of it into the glove of the catcher Brad Osmus, and it's 1 ball to 2 strikes. Scott Service got a base hit in the 2nd and scored a run, and that kind of snapped him out of an 0-for-19 stretch. Scotty has struggled somewhat recently at different stretches. Seemed like about 2 weeks ago he was getting himself back on track bit by bit. A little base hit here or there, but hasn't really been able to put together a hot streak since the first month of the season. He had a great April. Drove in, what, 20 runs, something like that?
Well, he's also hit 9 home runs. So hopefully he can get back on track, as can the Cub offense in the absence of Mark Grace. Good offensive outfit today, but they've been helped mightily by the San Diego defense.
2 balls and 2 strikes in Scott's service.
Going to be the same Padre team that the Cubs see for 4 straight in San Diego. So 8 out of 11 games against these same Padres, and they'll get to know one another very well.
The 2-2 pitch, and that misses low, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. To embellish your point, over the last 25 games, the Cubs have scored just 94 runs. That's under 4 runs a game, and have batted at a .211 clip as a team. That's what we were talking about at the open of the program today, and that, you know, the Cubs have won games recently, but they haven't done it with a lot of hitting. Here's a fly ball right field. Gwynn on the run makes the catch near the line. 1 away.
Tony Gwynn is a Gold Glove right fielder, and there was a time when he was just about as good as anybody out there. He still has very good skills, good anticipation. He just doesn't run quite as well. He's had the heel problem. That slowed him down. But he shows you a flash of brilliance, taking that one away down the line.
Terry Shumpert is 2 for 2 today. A single he scored in the second, and he hit a home run to start the bottom half of the 4th inning. Willie Blair on a relief of Fernando Valenzuela. 1 ball, no strikes. Shumpert, one of several call-ups from Iowa the past week or two. Pulled that one foul, and it's 1-1. And as we mentioned in Philadelphia, one of our telecasts there, you sometimes get a little bit of a bump or a boost when you call up some people from AAA and they get in up here. Maybe the opposing pitcher doesn't have a good line on them or good read as to what their strengths and weaknesses are, and maybe they get a couple of base hits and you get a little boost offensively. That's what the Cubs are hoping for.
Well, to give you an idea, Wayne, the Cubs have used 22 position players this year, 15 pitchers, 37 in all. Last year, the Cubs used 22 position players all year.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
There's been a lot of moving around, and the guys who have done well at Iowa have gotten a chance to show what they can do right here in Chicago.
These two teams, the Padres and Cubs, began the regular season here in Chicago. 10 current Cubs were not on that 25-man roster opening day. Ed Lynch on the left and Andy McPhail on the right. The brain trust of this ball club. And they are not afraid to make changes if things aren't going right. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Both enjoying this Father's Day so far. And they'd love to see the Cubs win their 5th straight series, taking this one 3 out of 4.
3-2 the count on Shumpert. And he hangs in there, staying alive. 1 out, nobody on for the Cubs. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. This is one of those just perfect summer afternoons. See a lot of the airplanes flying their signs up over the lake. Sailboats out on Lake Michigan. Pitch inside for ball 4. Matter of fact, I think it hit him, didn't it? Yeah, it hit him.
Cub fans join Sammy Sosa, Mark Grace, Ryan Sandberg, and the entire team as the Cubs and Motorola Sports Track presents the Cubs Cruise Wednesday, August 7th on board the Odyssey cruise ship. Enjoy dinner with your favorite Cubs player while cruising Chicago's magnificent shoreline. Tickets are just $200 per person, and all proceeds benefit Cubs Care. For more information, call 312-404-CUBS. And this one just barely nicks Terry Shumpert, so he's aboard via the hit batsman route.
3rd time Blair has done that this season. Makes a pretty good move over to first to get Shumpert to dive back. Cubs have a runner aboard for Jose Hernandez and only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Jose reached on an error and scored in the 2nd inning. He had a pitch out on. 1 ball, no strikes.
Bruce Bochy, former Major League catcher, with a most unusual pitch out, 5 runs down, but apparently he felt that Shumpert would be going. Brad Osmus looking over to see if Bruce might like another one.
1 ball and no strikes to count on Hernandez. pitch is popped foul and out of play. Was noticing in the newspaper today, article on Greg Maddux. He's 5-5 in 15 starts with a 3.35 ERA. He hasn't had an ERA that high since his rookie year. What a week for him last week. Started in Colorado. He got shelled in 3 1/3 innings, gave up 7 runs, his worst outing in 6 years. And then his favorite glove was stolen. Don't you hate when that happens?
You're not kidding.
And then,
depending on what you do for a living.
Well, he's a Gold Glove fielding pitcher. And then he suffered his tough loss to the Mets later in the week. And in his 5 losses, the Braves have scored a total of 8 runs for him. Popped it up foul again. It's out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Hernandez.
Well, although he might be struggling, if they decide to move him, I'm sure there'd be a few teams in line to pick up Greg.
You know, that 3.35 ERA would lead a lot of starting staffs, even at 5-5. You know, winning as a starting pitcher is a lot of when you pitch and what breaks do you get. I mean, there's a lot of bad luck going on for starting pitchers, and we've got one in Jamie Navarro here. And Greg is going through some of that in Atlanta this year. Swing and a miss by Hernandez. But you know what I like about Maddux? He makes no excuses. He said to a reporter earlier this week, he said, "There's nothing wrong with me. Got the same stuff I've always had. It's just things aren't quite going my way." Brant Brown coming in to pinch hit for Frank Castillo. So Brown, one of the newly acquired Cubs from Iowa, AAA, stepped onto the roster when Mark Grace was put on the disabled list. Brant 1 for 4 in 1 game play. That was yesterday here at Wrigley Field.
He looked pretty impressive. Not only the base hit, but he almost hit a home run.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 out and Shumpert on at first. New York leading Cleveland 5-3. That game has moved to the 7th inning in New York. Bounding ball to the left side. Ken Caminiti. And the inning is over. For the Cubs, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave a man. Heading to the 6th. The Chicago Cubs still lead by 5, 8-3.
Hi, this is Dave Magadan of the Chicago Cubs.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
There you go.
Every day, America Online is making it a little easier for people to live, work, and play. With point-and-click access to instant news and sports, financial updates, online magazines, shopping and travel, and easy access to the internet. Call now for America Online, a new way to use your computer to communicate and have fun.
Call 1-800-241-0700 now for your free America Online Startup Kit with free software and 15 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online, so call today.
Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It has better wet traction than any rain tire, plus Michelin control in any driving condition. Because you don't just cover a lot of miles, you cover a lot of weather.
America's most experienced home improvements business has a new name. Century 21 Home Improvements.
Installed premium vinyl siding from Century 21 Home Improvements means you'll never paint again.
No more paying painters, no more do-it-yourself,
And
no more scraping.
never again. Not with vinyl siding.
Call now and you'll make no payments and pay no interest until January 1997. Premium vinyl siding is virtually maintenance-free. Won't peel or chip, rot or warp.
Won't dent either.
Whether your home is wood, brick, or stucco, look what siding can do. Works great for eaves and overhangs, too. Choose from a wide range of colors, all with this exclusive wood grain texture that's scratch-resistant.
Call now for a free in-home consultation. We'll always be there for you.
You can count on it.
Call now for a free in-home consultation and estimate. Then make no payments and pay no interest until January 1997 on installed siding. Call 1-800-919-5577.
Hi, I'm Luis Gonzalez. This is my wife, Christine. We'd like to wish everybody a happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Pop. Love you.
Well, nice Father's Day greeting from the Gonzalez family. Top of the 6th inning, the Padres are trailing the Cubs 8-3. More dads and granddads and sons out of the ballpark today, and what a great day for it.
And out of the bully comes Bully, with Brant Brown staying in at first and Gomez shifting over to third. So Terry Shumpert out of the ball game. And Jim Bullinger will look at Ken Caminiti. Bully, 6.64 ERA, 3-5 record, on for the 15th time, the 4th out of the pen.
Caminiti hits a towering fly ball into shallow right center field. Brian McRae comes on for it and makes the catch, 1 away.
And you can understand the thinking of Jim Riggleman taking down Frank Castillo. He had walked 5, so he goes 5 innings, gives up just 2 hits, walking 5, and you leave him at least with a positive feeling about this particular ball game. If he goes out for the 6th, has some problems in the 6th, it could turn into a negative feeling. But you're going to start Frank. You want him to get his feet back on the ground and lead with a 5-run lead, turn it over to a fresh Jim Bullinger.
Plus, he had just pitched at Philadelphia the other day. Swing and a miss here by Jason Thompson for strike 1. Thompson 0 for 1, a sacrifice fly in the first, plated the first run of the game. So Riggleman was careful with Frank Castillo, and hopefully that will get him on track. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thompson went 3 for 4 in the first game of the series on Thursday, but he's been 0 for 7 since with that sacrifice fly. Chopped it foul toward the Padres dugout on the first base side.
I think as the teams get to know Jason Thompson a little more, they'll realize that he has some problems at this point of his very young career with the off-speed pitch, having some problems catching up with the ball inside. And so he started off with 3 straight hits, and then the Cubs have handcuffed him since then.
The 1-2 delivery. Pitch is taken down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, and then in the scheme of things, it'd be up to Jason Thompson to start making adjustments and adjusting to what the pitching is doing to him. 2-2 pitch. Got a piece of it and fouled it into the glove of Scott Service for strike 3. 2 down, nobody out.
Well, that's the off-speed breaking ball, and that's what gives Thompson some problems. So Bullinger quickly with a couple of outs. And we'll take another look at it. It's the curveball, and a good one it is, off speed, and Thompson with no chance that time.
That brings up Jody Reed. Reed is 1 for 2, a single in the 4th. And he hits a fly ball deep to left field. Glanville retreats to the warning track. Does he have room toward the well? Yes, he does, and he makes the catch in the ivy. Deep in left field. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. Middle of the 6th at Wrigley Field. Glanville covered in green, and the Cubs lead 8-3.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Those who dare, do.
Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It gives you better wet traction than any rain tire, plus control in any driving condition. After all, it hasn't rained that much in years.
A tough case of athlete's foot can stop you in your tracks. You get that itching, the cracking, the burning. That's when you want a medicine and back stuff. Boom! Tough Actin Tenactin. It cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. Get Tough Actin Tenactin.
Okay, world, everyone's got to add something to the party. Mexico, you've got the salsa. Tahiti, sunsets, about 2 weeks worth. France, ooh la la, we'll get back to you, France. Greece, you're off the hook. You started the whole thing. Malaysia, yeah, some of those. Norway, you're in charge of the ice. Us, we've got the Bud World Party during the '96 Summer Games.
Hi, I'm Cubs pitcher Turk Wendell. Join me, Steve Traxel, Terry Adams, Cubs manager Jim Riggleman, and many more for the 5th annual All-Star Kids Clinic, sponsored by Dial Soap, Tuesday, July 9th at Wrigley Field. Here's your chance to go on the field, run the bases, and learn baseball from the pros. Plus, everyone attending receives a Cubs sports bag filled with prizes. Tickets are just $10. For more information, call 312-404-CUBS.
Bringing Chicago to your computer. WGN TV on the web. www.wgntv.com.
Happy Father's Day from Jamie Navarro, Chicago Cubs. Feliz Día de los Padres de Jaime Navarro, de los Cachorros de Chicago.
That's right. That young lady was raised the right way as a Cubs fan. Wayne Larrabee, Steve Stone, Harry Carey. Our producer-director is Arnie Harris. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Cubs are in control of the moment, leading by the score of 8-3. And Brian McRae leading off against Willie Blair. Takes strike one called.
Well, when you're going real good, and the Cubs are going real good of late, you have happen what happened to end that 6th inning. That fly ball, if it was 1 foot over, would have been easily a home run in the basket. Instead, Glanville had just enough time to go back in the well and make the catch.
Back to the box, knocked down by Blair, and his throw is in time to get McRae one away.
You see it right here. If it's just over to his left, it's a home run. Instead, he just gets it in the ivy, a sea of green, and a fine catch. The second fine catch of the day for the man you're looking at, Doug Glanville.
Glanville reached on an infield single in the 4th and stole a base. He also scored a run, and he knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 2nd. So he's had a pretty productive day. Strike on the outside corner. On the ground to the first baseman, Jason Thompson steps on the bag, and they're 2 men down. Hey, later tonight on WGN, don't miss another sultry episode of Aaron Spelling's steamy new drama of power and passion. It's Savannah tonight at 8, right here on WGN, Channel 9.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago National League Ball Club, which has a right of approval of the announcers and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago National League Ball Club is prohibited.
Ryan Sandberg, the hitter, and he takes strike one called. Sandberg, a big 2-run double, highlighting that 4th inning, in which the Cubs got 4 runs on 5 hits. And he muscles this pitch into right field, shallow right field. He was jammed on the play, and back for it, the second baseman, Jody Reed, makes the catch, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs in the 6th. Harry will be back to take you the rest of the way. Happy Father's Day, everyone. The Cubs lead the Padres 8-3.
Houston, how many miles are we flying?
900,000. Copy?
Roger that. Can we credit that toward our frequent flyer program?
Stand by, Red Hawk. We'll get back to you.
With Southwest Airlines frequent flyer program Rapid Rewards, you don't have to fly to the moon and back to earn a free ticket. Just 8 quick round trips and your next one's free.
A couple more of these flights and I can go someplace really cool.
Rapid Rewards from Southwest, the fastest way to fly free.
Hi, I'm Ryan Samber for Chrysler Plymouth with another astounding Cubs coincidence. August 3rd, a Cub hits a powerful shot to the gap. That same day in Chicagoland, a woman drives a powerful Chrysler Sebring to a clothing store with a similar name. Chance? Not a chance.
This amazing alignment of baseball stars and terrific cars was brought to you by
So you think just anybody could be one of Charlie's Angels?
I just hope I can measure up.
Think again. Charlie's Angels. Weekday mornings at 10 on WGN. Wake up with Bill Weir Sports.
Always wanted to do this.
Bill Weir on WGN Morning News.
Good gig, huh?
Weekdays from 7 to 9.
Harry Carey and Steve Stone back here at Wrigley Field. Looks like a routine game now.
Well, the Cubs have a 5-run lead. They've only given up 2 hits, and Frank Castillo, despite the 5 walks, left with the lead. He's in line for the victory if Jim Bullinger can hold him.
Chris Gwynn is the pinch hitter here for Willie Blair. As we go here in the top of the 7th, there's a long, high foul ball out of play. Chris Gwynn looks a lot like his brother, built like him.
Not quite as big at the bank, though. Just his bounce around. We saw him with the Dodgers. And as a pinch hitter, he's had a tough year.
0-2 the count. There's a drive foul. I wonder if Bullinger had a feeling he'd get as much work as he's been getting since they sent him to the bullpen. Seems like he's been every day in there every day. Pitching well. There's a ground ball. Hernandez throws him out. Grant Brown at first base. And bigger than Mark Grace, but the same type of first baseman, good fielder. Better runner, very fast. Hits the ball with the same kind of power as Grace. One away. And here's Brad Ausmus, the catcher. Boy, his average is down to 185. He won't before Gianfranco hit the homer in the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Dodgers leading Atlanta 3-1 in the bottom of the 9th. Fouled it back again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ken Caminiti with a tough series. Hasn't hit as much as he normally does, and he's made several errors, which he rarely does. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball sharply hit. Sandberg throws him out. 2 gone. And Bullinger's retired 5 in a row.
This is a very big lift for the Cubs if Bullinger can thrive out of the bullpen. Because it really gives him a man who can pitch a few innings for you, can come back. He's been used to the bullpen on occasion.
I guess there's no doubt at all in anybody's mind now that Turk Wendell is your closer. Been some time, but he's really earned that distinction through his fine work. 0-1 the count. Gianfranco, who homered his only time up. There's Turk.
Look at those numbers this year. 1.95 ERA, a 4-1 record, and 6 saves. So Turk has really done the job out of the pen.
He's had a hand in 10 victories. That's more than any other pitcher on the staff. Winning 4, saving 6. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Turk, young enough, he'll be around quite a while. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Struck him out. That's 6 in a row. 2 perfect innings pitched by Bullinger. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs are leading 8-3.
At Budweiser.
All right. Let me hear you. All right, Gary, a 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball.
Anyone can become sick or injured, and Major Medical doesn't cover lots of important expenses that affect your family outside and inside your home. Things that can affect your kids. Aflac can help. Use Aflac benefits to fill the gaps other insurance doesn't cover. You decide exactly how to use it best. Then, concentrate on what's really important. Just get better.
Experience the excitement of your favorite Olympic events, now in commemorative cans of Bud, Bud Light, and Bud Ice. Better yet, if you get one of these special gold cans, you could see the games live in Atlanta. Look for Grab the Gold details wherever you see Bud Family Olympic packages. Just another part of the Bud World Party.
Is Kirk's dream girl finally within reach? On the food chain, she is a fillet, your pets. Kirk!
Tonight at 7:30 on WGN.
We're in the bottom of the seventh. Sammy Sosa leading it off. And there's the pitch. Hitting a short center field. Going out for it. Coming in for it, Steve Finley. He yelled Jody Reed off the play.
Well, Finley knows he's the captain on the play, but he wants to make sure that there's not going to be a collision. So with Cianfrocco and Reed looking up, finally, Finley calls for it, and he's able to make the catch on that towering pop-up. And Andres Berumen comes in the game. This is his second appearance of the year since being recalled from Las Vegas.
Leo Gomez, 1 out of 3. Andres Berumen on the hill. Pitch high inside, ball 2. The Yankees are leading Cleveland 5-3 in the bottom of the 8th in New York. White Sox play later in Seattle. And the Bulls play later in Chicago versus Seattle. 3 balls, no strikes. Strike call.
Still plenty of seats available, and the Dodgers have defeated Atlanta, so if this score holds up, the Dodgers will have a share of first place coming in for the 3-game series. And there's dueling fans.
Here's ball 4 low. 1 on, 1 on. What's the idea of that? It's cool. It's cold, buddy. There's another fan to his left. 1 out, 1 on. The skies are getting dark as if there might be some rain.
It's supposed to be rain coming in this evening, Harry, but I think it'll hold off for the ball game.
There's a ground ball headed for right field, a base hit for service. And runners are on at first and second. With 1 away, Service 2 out of 4 for the day. And here is Terry Shumpert, who homered in the 4th. Oh, wait, we got a change here.
Well, Jim Bullinger is going to hit for himself. There's no reason to go to the bullpen. You've still got the Dodgers coming in for 3, and Bully's done a good job retiring 6 straight. So he's going to have an opportunity to add to the lead.
That's right. They made the double switch on the when Bullinger came in. Here's a message from Scott Service's son.
You're gonna win today.
Say see you later.
His son and his daughter saying, we're going to win today. Well, so far, you're absolutely right. And your dad's got 2 hits. Bullinger ducks out of the way.
Berumen has always had a good arm, but he's always had control problems. That's what's kept him out of the major leagues.
Pitch low and away. Bullinger, good hitting pitcher. Terry Shumpert has not been with the Cubs a week yet. Already he's hit 2 homers. One of them won the game in the 14th the other night. Had a good cut. 2 balls and a strike. Milwaukee leading Oakland 8-5 at the end of 5. The Yankees 1 inning away from beating Cleveland. 5-3. Fouled it back, 2-2. The Cubs' next action will be here tomorrow night against the Dodgers. Tommy Lasorda and company. And it'll be Ramon Martinez for the Dodgers, their ace. And our first look at Campbell. He pitched on the road and won a ball game in Philadelphia. And so Wayne and Steve saw him in action. Bullinger goes down swinging. So it'll be Mike Campbell against Ramon Martinez tomorrow night.
Today's official attendance, 33,376. 33,376.
Over 33,000 paid. Yesterday they had almost 40,000 paid. Here's Hernandez lifting a high fly ball on the first pitch, center field, to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. At the end of 7, Cubs still lead 8-3.
At Michelin, we believe a tire that's just good in the rain isn't good enough. Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It's the one tire that gives you better wet traction than any rain tire, plus control in any driving condition. After all, it hasn't rained that much in years. The Michelin X1.
Brain joins the rat race. No. Pinky in the Brain.
Tonight at 6 on WGN Channel 9.
If you're sick or injured, Major Medical doesn't cover lots of things that touch your family. What they do, what they need, how they get from place to place. Aflac can help. Use Aflac benefits to fill the gaps other insurance doesn't cover. You decide exactly how to use it best. Then, concentrate on what's really important. Just get better. At Michelin, we believe a tire that's just good in the rain isn't good enough. Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It gives you better wet traction than any rain tire and Michelin confidence in any driving condition. It has to, because the way we see it, you don't just cover a lot of miles, you cover a lot of weather. The Michelin X1.
Harry Carey with Steve Stone and Wayne Larrivee.
Dennis Rodman gives away his jersey.
Sosa jersey. The kid wants to give it to Sammy. Not to Rodman. We go into the top of the 8th. Ricky Henderson leading it off, walked twice. Bullinger's retired. Beautiful day here at the ballpark. Curveball outside. That's lovely young fans. 3 balls, no strikes. Ricky Henderson will walk twice and then flat out. 3 balls and a strike.
Well, despite a .223 batting average, Ricky Henderson's on-base percentage was at .417 coming in, and that will go up after his efforts today.
Now the pitch in there, a strike call, 3-2. Paula Kaufman here from Oklahoma to see the Cubs. 3-2. Ball 4 high. And for the third time today, Ricky Henderson has walked. And that's the first man to reach base since Bollinger came in.
Henderson has drawn 64 walks already this year. And that you would expect from one of the premier leadoff hitters in all of baseball.
Birthday greetings to Joe Galata, 80 years old. Ooh, wild pitch coming back to the screen. Service running it down. Henderson advances at second.
Third wild pitch of the year for Bollinger.
Steve Finley, who hit the 2-run homer of Jamie Navarro yesterday to beat the Cubs 2-1. And looks as if it will have prevented them from sweeping a 4-game series. There's Ricky Henderson. And he's right up there at near the top. He is the top, I guess. And bases on balls. Finley. He bunts. Beautiful. Gonna be a close play. Save! A perfect drag bunt. Brent Brown went over, picked it up. Bollinger was there. Close play, but Finley beat it out. Henderson taking third.
Well, we've been saying that Finley is an outstanding bunter, and he finally bunts, and he bunts it perfectly. Down the line to beat Bollinger to the bag, and he can't get the tag there in time. So runners at the corners, and nobody out.
Say, fans, the 4th of July is Beach Towel Day. Compliments of Pepsi and the Museum of Science and Industry. For tickets, call area code 312-831-CUBS. 831-CUBS. Terry Adams getting ready. Runners at first and third. Cubs with a 5-run lead. There's Tony Gwynn. There's danger here, Cherie. Ground ball might be 2 out at second base for 1. Safe at first base, a run scored. 8-4. Gwynn is credited with driving in a run, but he almost rolled into a double play.
Well, we'll see if Bollinger has his foot on the bag. The call by Bob Davidson goes his RBI number 30. And this is the toughest of all double plays, the 3-6-1. Looked like he was out, and Bob Davidson gives him the safe sign. Bollinger has his foot on the bag, and the ball beats him.
Yeah. 1 out, 1 in, 1 on. Cubs now lead 8-4. We're in the 8th. Caminiti. Ground ball. Bounds, steps on first, throws to second. They got him caught in the rundown, and it's 3. 6-3, and the inning is over as Caminiti grounded into a double play. First, he was retired, taking away the 4th, and then 3-6-3 on the tag. So, as we go into the bottom of the 8th, the Cubs now lead 8-4.
This portion of Cubs baseball on WGN is brought to you by Aflac, insuring over 38 million people worldwide.
Peyton's about to betray her best friend again.
What are you going to tell Reese about tonight?
Reese who?
Savannah.
Tonight at 8 on WGN.
Budweiser.
can change your life. One call, and you'll have a Health Rider, the exercise machine that started a fitness revolution. The Health Rider will be delivered to your door fully assembled, so you can try it in your own home for 30 days. In just those 30 days with the Health Rider, you'll find that you'll look and feel better. Your clothes will fit better. You'll even sleep better. That's because the Health Rider gently stretches and tones every major muscle group in your body at the same time. So in just minutes a day, you get a full body workout. You won't believe what a difference that can make to your life. You'll have more energy, you'll lose weight, you'll build muscle. And if all that doesn't happen, just send the Health Rider back for a full refund. But it will happen. It will surely happen. So call us for information. Now is the time to feel good about yourself. To get off the diet merry-go-round and lose those pounds and inches. Call us now. The call is free. The trial is free. One phone call can change your life.
Harry Carey back at Wrigley Field. Everybody wanted to send their love to their father. Here's a couple, and Frank is especially happy, and of course Tracy is too. Not only to wish her father a very happy day, but the fact that Frank pitched today and is on his way to a victory. Frank and Tracy Castillo wishing their fathers a happy Father's Day.
Doug Bachler comes into the ball game, and he's the fourth Padre hurler. 0-2, 5.01 ERA, out for the 22nd time.
Brand Brown, who came into the ball game on the double switch when Bullinger entered. Schumbert being taken out. Schumbert had a good day again. He had a single, scored a run, had a homer, driving in the run. There's a high fly ball. Tony Gwynn in right field. And Brown is retired. He takes a good swing. He's a good-looking first baseman. And nice to know you got somebody that good in reserve until Mark Grace is ready to play. 1 out. Chris McCann, 33 years old here, with her husband Steve. 1 out, nobody on, the pitch outside. And they're celebrating Garrett Wall's 12th birthday. He's from North Aurora. Swung, and he missed. One ball, 2 strikes. Struck him out. Call out on strike. The Chrysler Plymouth game summary is, as you see it, there comes leading 8-4. Frank Castillo, 5 innings, allowed only 2 hits, 3 runs, struck out 3. And Chicago's won 4th straight series, going for their 5th. There's a long drive by Glanville in the right field, and it is caught by Tony Gwynn. Glanville hit the ball well again. So at the end of 8, the Cubs lead 8-4.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 25 years of low fares, frequent flights, and fun.
Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It has better wet traction than any rain tire, plus Michelin control in any driving condition. Because you don't just cover a lot of miles, you cover a lot of weather.
Che bella cosa la dolce vita, volare la noche caliente en su esplendor suave.
God bless America. 100% cotton, cut for comfort,
Fruit of the Loom. Really, really comfortable underwear.
Training is such a bore.
Nothing's more intense than slamming a dude. Well, Andre's really on fire. Whoa! Gotta hand it to those new coaches. Bravo! Brilliant! Smash it! Good shot!
Out. Get a tough case of athlete's foot, and you're benched. You get that itching, the cracking, the burning. That's when you want a medicine that acts tough. Boom! Tough-actin Tinactin. It cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. Get tough-actin Tinactin.
The Andy Griffith Show, on deck weekday mornings at 6:30 on WGN Channel 9.
Harry Carey with Steve Stone and Wayne Larrabee as we go into the top of the ninth. The Cubs out in front, 8-4. Jason Thompson leading it off. He's 0 for 2 today. Boy, he looked bad, missing that split finger. 0-2. The Turk Wendell and Myers, Rodney Myers, working in the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Bullinger finishes this inning. He will get his first save of the year. This is the 3rd inning he's working. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cleveland batting in the 9th, trailing in New York 5-3. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, center field base hit. Boy, this Thompson looks like he's going to be a heck of a hitter. 1 out of 3 batted in the run in the first inning. And here's Jody Reed, 1 for 3 today. Hitting .240, ducks out of the way. Jim Bullinger going for his first save of the year.
Stay tuned after the ball game for the 10th inning featuring the GMC game highlights.
Fouled him into the stands behind the Cubs dugout. Can't see the lake from here now. It's fogged in. 1 ball, 1 strike. A little bit outside. Cleveland trailing, make that in the 9th is right. There's the lake, but it's covered by fog. Remember, the Cubs play tomorrow night against Tommy Lasorda's Dodgers. Good pitch. 2-2. Bullinger in relief. Now ready? Line drive to Gomez for the out. Right at Gomez, and Jody Reed is retired. Run away. Mark Newfield.
Mark Newfield comes on, hitting .319, 3 for 16 with a couple of runs batted in as a pinch hitter.
1 out, the Cubs going for their 5th straight series victory. 4 in which they've won 2 out of 3. And this one would be 3 out of 4. And the only loss yesterday, a heartbreaker, probably the best pitch game of the year. And Jamie Navarro had the bad luck to get beat 2-1. Swung and he missed. Mark Newfield, a good-looking young hitter. One out. Runner at first. 2 strikes. Pitch outside. Brandon Meyer, here with his parents from Omaha, Nebraska, celebrating a birthday. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3, and Newfield is called out on strike. Everybody getting to their feet. Brad Osmus. The Dodgers defeated Atlanta. And the Mets are leading the Cardinals 4-3 in the 8th. There's a foul ball out of play. 2 out. 1 on. 8-4. Cubs lead. Osman. Nothing out of 2. High foul ball out of play. Yes, sir. The Cubs today and the Bulls tonight go for it. The crowd, listen to them. Curveball outside. Scott Service. The Cubs on Family Day are about to win the series from San Diego 3 out of 4. Listen to him. A little bit low. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. Cubs win. Cubs win. Osmus goes down swinging. Cubs win. And Bullitt should be congratulated. He's picked up his first save of the year. And he looked outstandingly good since being switched back to the bullpen. We'll be back with more in a moment.
We make the official fuel of NASCAR in a slightly tamer version for your car.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to stay cool. How do you do it? With new Speed Stick Gel, proven to keep you drier than any other gel. It's the best gel protection. New Speed Stick Gel, just for the guys.
Too hot in your car? Don't sweat it. Now at Pep Boys, get a cool deal on our air conditioning quick check for only $19.99. Our AC quick check only $19.99. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
Sir, I'm not feeling very well.
I'm going home to rest. I should be fine in the morning, though.
If you're playing baseball hooky, you need a baseball hooky-mobile from your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer. Like the award-winning Plymouth Voyager, with room for 7 people with Cubs fever for this great price, which will leave you with plenty of hot dog money. Official baseball hooky-mobiles only from the stars of Cubbyland, your Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
This portion of Cubs baseball is brought to you by CarQuest Auto Parts, offering top quality parts for the vehicles America's driving. For the store near you, call 1-800-492-PART.
Bringing Chicago to your computer. WGN-TV on the web. www.wgntv.com.
The Budweiser play of the game. Here's Terry Shumpert. Only been with the club 4 games. He's hit 2 homers. That's one half the Budweiser play of the game. And the other half is Rhino Sandberg lining a double in the right center field, driving in a run. As the Cubs go on to an 8-4 victory, the Budweiser plays of the game will be back with a final word in a moment.
There's the New York Times. There's the Wall Street Journal. And then there's us, the Branson Entertainer. It's filled with news you can use to plan your family's vacation. And it's yours free by calling this toll-free number. You'll discover what's new at our music and variety shows, theme parks, and expanded outlet shopping. You'll find there's more going on in Branson, Missouri than you ever imagined. But first, you need to call for your free issue of the Branson Entertainer. It's the best news you've received in a long time.
The Maglite flashlight, the world's finest. Crafted from solid aircraft aluminum. Sealed at each end with high-grade rubber O-rings. With an exclusive patented self-cleaning switch and a patented adjustable beam. The Maglite flashlight. American-made to be brighter, tougher, more dependable. The Maglite is a work of art that works. A Maglite flashlight is the brilliant gift idea for any occasion.
At Michelin, we believe a tire that's just good in the rain isn't good enough. Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year, unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It's the one tire that gives you better wet traction than any rain tire, plus control in any driving condition. After all, it hasn't rained that much in years. The Michelin X1. Anyone can become sick or injured, and Major Medical doesn't cover lots of important expenses that affect your family outside and inside your home. Things that can affect your kids. Aflac can help. Use Aflac benefits to fill the gaps other insurance doesn't cover. You decide exactly how to use it best. Then concentrate on what's really important. Just get better.
Step out with floor savings at Menards. Save on our entire selection of indoor-outdoor carpet. Status from Bretland comes in a number of colors, just $3.53 a square yard. Add style with Design House shutters. They're maintenance-free and backed by a lifetime warranty. Choose from a number of sizes and colors, starting at just $10.98. Menards is your home improvement headquarters.
Save big money at Menards.
So the Cubs have added another series victory to their string. Our next telecast will be tomorrow night when the Cubs start a 3-game series against Tommy Lasorda's Los Angeles Dodgers. Game time tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. The producer-director of Cubs baseball is Arnie Harris. Our associate producer, Joe Corneo. Harry Carey with Steve Stone and Wayne Larrabee from Wrigley Field, where the Cubs have made it 3 out of 4 over the San Diego Padres. See you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against the Dodgers. So long, everybody.
Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN. Brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who remind you friends know when to say when. The Stars of Chicagoland, your local Chrysler Plymouth dealers. Electric Avenue Montgomery Ward, the store for great prices on brand name electronics and appliances. Pepsi, drink Pepsi, get stuff. Aflac, insuring over 38 million people worldwide. And by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 25 years of low fares, frequent flights, and fun.
Up here, I feel like traffic is miles away.
With Yukon's commanding view and accommodating size.
Unlike some others, I have virtually unlimited capacity.
Yukon can make you feel invincible. Yukon by GMC. It puts you comfortably in command.
Ah, summer. Lush green grass, blue skies. What could be better? How about a new Buick? And how about some cash to go along with it? That's what you'll find at Buick Summerfest. Go with a Century and get $1,500 cash. Get special regional cash on Regal or a special low lease payment on the new 97 LeSabre. Save on every new Buick in our huge inventory and get $1,500 cash. Only during your Buick dealer's Summerfest. The best time to say, well, you get the picture.
Brain joins the rat race. Knob. Pinky in the brain.
Tonight at 6 on WGN Channel 9.
The 10th inning. Brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northern Indiana GMC dealers. And your local Buick dealers, who invite you to come in and go for the green on a wide selection of new Buicks.
Welcome to the 10th inning. The Cubs have now won 5 series in a row, and the game started in bright sunshine. It ended in the gloom, but it was only gloomy for San Diego because now they have a share of first place with the Dodgers, who are coming to town. What a day today, and you'll want to stay with us for the GMC game highlights coming up after these messages.
The more hospitals rely on technology, the more they rely on people like Kevin Hippensteel. He's a field engineer for GE Medical Systems and a DeVry graduate.
I face a different set of problems each time. With the approach to problem solving I've learned at DeVry, I can act quickly and decisively.
At DeVry, you earn a bachelor's degree that meets today's challenges in business and technology.
My DeVry education really put me in demand.
For a higher degree of success, call DeVry. 1-800-247-7800.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to stay cool. How do you do it? With new Speed Stick Gel, proven to keep you drier than any other gel. It's the best gel protection. New Speed Stick Gel, just for the guys.
Bringing Chicago to your computer. WGN TV on the web. www.wgntv.com. This is WGN Chicago.
Up here, I feel like traffic is miles away.
With Yukon's commanding view and accommodating size.
Unlike some others, I have virtually unlimited capacity.
Yukon can make you feel invincible. Yukon by GMC. It puts you comfortably in command.
Ah, summer. Lush green grass, blue skies. What could be better? How about a new Buick? And how about some cash to go along with it? That's what you'll find at Buick Summerfest. Go with a Century and get $1,500 cash. Get special regional cash on Regal or a special low lease payment on the new 97 LeSabre. Save on every new Buick in our huge inventory and get $1,500 cash. Only during your Buick dealer's Summerfest. The best time to say, well, you get the picture.
The GMC highlights come with the Cubs already up 4-1, and Terry Shumpert comes up. He's only been here a week, folks, and this is his second home run. He's now driven in 5. Cubs on top 5-1. Later that same inning, Ryan Sandberg steps up, and he drives in runs 35 and 36 with his double up the gap. And then it's up to Frank Castillo and Jim Bullinger to make it hold up. Frank hadn't won since April 28th. He won here today. Jim Bullinger picks up his first save of the year, and the Cubs win 3 of 4 from the Padres. And we'll be back with a final word after these messages.
Every day, America Online is making it a little easier for people to live, work, and play. With point-and-click access to instant news and sports, financial updates, online magazines, shopping and travel, and easy access to the internet. Call now for America Online, a new way to use your computer to communicate and have fun.
Call 1-800-241-0700 now for your free America Online Startup Kit with free software and 15 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online, so call today.
Up here, I feel like traffic is miles away.
With Yukon's commanding view and accommodating size,
unlike some others, I have virtually unlimited capacity.
Yukon can make you feel invincible. Yukon by GMC. It puts you comfortably in command.
Ah, summer. Lush green grass, blue skies. What could be better? How about a new Buick? And how about some cash to go along with it? That's what you'll find at Buick Summerfest. Go with a Century and get $1,500 cash. Get special regional cash on Regal or a special low lease payment on the new 97 LeSabre. Save on every new Buick in our huge inventory and get $1,500 cash. Only during your Buick dealer's Summerfest. The best time to say, well, you get the picture.
Tomorrow night, it's Ramon Martinez with a 6-2 record, a 4.03 ERA against Mike Campbell with a 27 ERA. If it gets to 28, he's going to sell. So that's it from Wrigley Field. Go Bulls, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock when the Cubs take on the Dodgers. So long, everybody.
The 10th inning has been brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northern Indiana GMC dealers and your local Buick dealers, who invite you to come in and go for the green on a wide selection of new Buicks.
Wake up with Bill Weir Sports.
Always wanted to do this.
Bill Weir on WGN Morning News.
Good gig, huh?
Weekdays from 7 to 9. We now join our program already in progress.